Good morning, stamping friends. This is Jenny from Celebrate the Journey, and it is the second day of spring, but that doesn't mean much to us because it's going to snow today, but that's all right. We don't mind. We need the moisture. Now I'm having a problem here. Let's see if I can figure out what's going on. I can't see comments, so that's all right. We'll just chit chat and see if we can get it going anyway. So I see that somebody is here, so leave me a message if you're joining us today, and so I'll know who was here. So this has been a pretty busy weekend. We celebrated our children's 25th wedding anniversary. So that was a fun evening for us. Facebook must be changing, so we'll just deal with it the way it is. I can't seem to make it work. But I can see that Leanne is here, and I think Jamie's here. So I can only see it on my phone. I can't see it on the computer. But that's okay. So I said we were going to make a springtime card with springtime trees, and that you would be interested in what paper I was using. This is the designer series paper from the Waves of the Ocean, or Waves of Inspiration, and it's that swirly water ocean look. But guess what's on the back side? Springtime trees. So I love this paper, and if you don't look at it in lots of different ways, then you'll just not be able. This just hit me last night. Oh, I think I could make a tree with this. So let's see if we can do that. We're going to use the Inspired Canopy dies. We're going to cut all our little blossoms with this pretty paper. And we're going to pair this with On the Horizon. Look how nicely all of this coordinates. That's the good thing about Stampin' Up! Is our color coordination is just spot on. So let's cut out a tree. We're only going to use 3 of these trees, so I'll just save a little paper by cutting off here. And we'll run that through the cut and emboss machine. Honestly, I think the hardest part is punching out all the little chads from these trees. That takes a little bit of poking with a piercing tool. So we'll go ahead and lay that here. And then we'll go ahead and cut our blossoms. Now we can cut both of these at the same time. So I'm just going to layer the paper and put these little blossoms on the cut and emboss machine, and we'll be ready to go. I'm running these through one time and then back just to make sure I get a good cut. Glad you can't see my cutting plates. They're really well loved, but I think as long as they cut, That's okay. So now we could have blue trees, or we could have, that doesn't look like the ocean anymore, does it? Hi, Cheryl. Good morning. Yes, our creative minds are always in overdrive, aren't they? Except, do you know what I did last night in my dreams? I taught second grade all night long. It was awful. I hadn't had a school teaching dream in a while, but this one was certainly seemed to go on and on. These have a few pieces you have to punch out, but not too many. But look, see, you get these holes in here so that you see the tree branches poking through. And that makes it look a little more realistic. And if you wanted to, you can always pop these little blossoms up too. So there's all our tree leaves, and maybe there'll be like cherry blossoms, or these are just springtime trees. I don't know what kind of tree it is. Make-believe tree. So Wednesday of this week, we get to see the retiring products. That means all the pretty stamp sets and papers that are going to go away. Sometimes that's a fun day to see, and sometimes it's sad because you know some of your favorite products are retiring, but then you also know that new products are coming. So it's a good and bad all mixed together. Hi, Kay. Oh, thanks for sharing today. I can't see on my computer today what's going on, so if I miss you, I'm sorry. I don't know if Facebook has made some changes or I clicked something goofy, but I can't see comments, so unless I look at my phone, and that's tricky. Let's see if we can get some of this out of the way. Get this tree taken care of. Now tomorrow, it's a busy week. Tuesday, the Crazy Crafters are doing 4 or 5 waves of inspiration Facebook Lives, starting at 8 Mountain Time or 10 Eastern Time. And then I think Leanne is going to end at 7 Eastern Time. But if you look at the schedule, I said we were on beach time, so you just know to pop in when you have time. If you're not a member of Crazy Crafters, let me know and I'll send you an invite. I'll post, you can find the link. I think I posted it Friday or Saturday, so it won't be too far back on my page. So we'll have lots of fun cards for you. I have really enjoyed trying to use the Waves of Inspiration with some other products. If you don't like the stamp set, you can still fall in love with the paper. And once that paper is gone, it will not come back. So the stamp set and the die, I believe, will be returning, but not the paper. And those beautiful blue jewels will not be returning either. But we just might have a little door prize. So you might want to make sure you join in on Crazy Crafters to see what kind of door prizes we have. That's a pretty big hint, isn't it? And we're going to use this for our background. And this is on the horizon. We're going to cut this. We only need 3 trees. We'll just give it a little snip. Our blossoms will cover any branches up that are sticking out. But now we need to cut this. We're going to cut this at 3 1/2. Now I want to use this bottom twice. So I'm going to cut it right about here so that I can have a double layer of green. You'll see in a minute. And then I want this to be 5 inches. So I'll trim a little bit of the sky off. Okay, we'll need that trimmer again in a minute. But now we have this here, and we want to make our earth or grass be a second layer. And this is a layer that comes with the inspired Canopy dies. So we'll just run that through the cut and emboss machine. And now we have our rolling hills for our trees. Now we'll put that on last, but we know it's there. So we're going to put our trees. I thought about I could put some birds up there in the sky, but I think I'm going to put some rhinestones or some in colors instead. You've used 2 packs of On the Horizon or 2 packs of Waves of the Ocean, Jamie? I've used 1 pack of the ocean. I've got another one to open. And I've used 1 pack of this horizon. Oh, I want that off the edge there. Let's see if this is going to come down just a little bit. It's always, you know, I just tend to hoard DSP, but lately I've been using it and doing a better job of using it. So I think that's a plus, isn't it? Because it doesn't do you any good to hoard. I'll bring that. Now we don't need to worry about those trees because the blossoms are going to hold that down. And we're going to trim this off. We don't need that tree. Oh, the New Horizon, and it's my favorite paper. I hope it will actually carry over. It's a possibility that it could. Okay, so now we're gonna play with our ocean paper. And do you see how the holes in the paper let you see the branches of the trees. So that makes it a little more realistic, even though it's paper. So we'll just see how we want this to look. It's kind of a design trick here. If we mix these all up together, that one's pretty yellow, isn't it? Oh. Oh, I like that. Okay, let's see if we can remember how we did that. We'll just glue these on. The good thing is these don't have to be completely flat because you want them to look like the blossoms are just popping out on that tree. We'll cut that off where it's hanging off the edge. Maybe we want this one up here. Let's try that. I don't think you can go wrong with this. You just put it wherever you want it and it will look like Mother Nature took care of it for you. See. We'll put that one there. We're going to sneak a little piece in the other one. We'll cut a little snippet. There we go. Now I think we could use just a tiny piece of that darker if we sneak it in there. I don't want that straight edge to show because that's not natural, but we can't get that to go down in there. Yeah, we needed that dark color. And I think we need a little bit the other piece right there. I would like to think this is spring coming alive, don't you? You know, that's the prettiest part. Even when those Bradford pears bloom and smell so bad, they're still pretty. And spring is just always so amazing. Now we can put this on with some dimensionals. I need a skinnier piece right there. Don't want it to show. Now we need to trim that off so it's not hanging off our card. See, like I said, all our products coordinate. How many times have you gone to the store and you think, well, I can find a piece of paper to match that, and you bring home tons of paper and they don't match? I've done that. So this is Calypso Coral, and I just cut it 1/8 of an inch larger than our On the Horizon image. So that was 3.5 by 5. So this must be 3 5/8 by 5 1/8. Now we still got to make this look a little more exciting. Well, I pulled out these colors. I thought the soft succulent, pale papaya, and blushing bride kind of coordinated with that. So we're going to cut that into some strips. 1/2 inch strips, which you might just have from cutting down some card bases if you save your little strips. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. Apparently I saved these little pieces. And one more. To put these in the banner punch and give them a little mermaid tail. This is enough. I could make another card or two. And then we have 3 little flags, and we can just snip these. It doesn't matter if they're the same, because we're going to put them on the back. We're going to put them so that they come out here. Just a tiny little flag. So we'll put some tear and tape there. Hold them in place while we're working with it. It'd be fun if I could make the video go in fast speed. I don't know how people do that. And you could make my tree could just blossom all at once. Some people are better at technology than I am, so, or have somebody help them, I'm not sure. Okay, we're using lots of colors today. So now I have a Daffodil Delight, or maybe that's saffron. We'll put that on there. You see, that just kind of breaks up our card there. We can another fun thing is I found the perfect sentiment for this card, or in my opinion. You're not going to believe this. I am 100% out of linen thread. So I just pulled this Blushing Bride thread out of my stash, and we're going to tie it around the front of our card. I popped some linen thread into my cart this morning though. Could use white, I suppose, but now we're going to tie a bow. You know, if you tie your bows upside down on your card, they will usually be a little prettier. I forget that, and then I remember it, and then I forget it. Today I remembered it. I've watched so many YouTube videos on how to tie a bow. It's kind of sad, isn't it? I bet you've watched them too. So we can get our little bow to pop in there. This is a floppy bow. There. Now I think for the inside, this sentiment that I found in the garden greenhouse says each day is a new beginning, and I thought that would be really appropriate for this card. Now I need to decide for the color. I think I pulled out green, but I think I'm going to go with Calypso Coral. Just think it might be a better choice, but we'll try a sample here. Now, make sure our ink pad is nice and juicy. And I could put another tree on the inside. I don't know. We'll wait and see. This will be our inside. I won't glue that down in case I decide to put a tree or some leaves. And then I was thinking just some of the in color papaya gems would look pretty in the kind of just to give it the sparkle without it being distracting. Does that make sense? Because this is yellowy. We'll see what happens. Got little pieces of in colors here. Just some sparkle. Even put one on the tree. I might put, there's two left here. I'm going to put them on the tree. Two of the little bitty ones. They'll just add the right touch of sparkle. Okay, so there's our springtime has blossomed. And each day is a new beginning. If you really wanted to fancy this up, you could do some embossing folders with texture. But I thought this was probably enough. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you will pop over to Crazy Crafters tomorrow and be inspired with our waves of the ocean or springtime trees. You never know what we're going to share with you. It'll be a surprise. So thanks for joining me today. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.